some great postings off that NASCAR event here. That's a great question to ask G. Cobb. Who takes that leadership role on that side of the ball for the defense? So you have all those guys that you're replacing, those 5 starters, but let's add this one here to Brandon Graham. Who becomes that leader on that side of the ball with all those guys that are so young? I mean, I don't know. How many guys are over 27 years old? Bond and Reed, and the rest of them are in their mid to early 20s, right? Who's the leader there? Let's get to G. Cobb from Fox 29. Tomorrow, training camp. So I don't know, Gary, when you hear the word training camp. So I said this morning. Somebody asked me about training camp. Now, my visions are completely different. Back then, I used to shake.
Yeah,
I used to go.
It's not like that anymore.
Right. So, I mean, these guys don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and worry about, too much shit because they're not going to be pressed. But Gary, you and me do we not have to change our thinking that in the last 2 years, the Philadelphia Eagles have been one of the healthiest teams on the planet? Yeah. And maybe it is about those controlled scrimmages because they're healthy December, January, and February, aren't they? Yeah. So they're doing it right?
I got to give them credit. I mean, I was kind of giggling, with the practices, boom, going, because times go out. I'm going, okay, you guys get ready to get started. Hey, no, we're done. What? I mean, the practices, but, they work on things that are essential, and they make sure they keep the guys healthy. If somebody says, hey, something, they feel something, they have a kind of, I guess, a trust with the people that are the trainers and everything, and they keep guys healthy. And ultimately, that's what it's about. It's about winning, and they play well too. So, and I think that they go through the mental part of the game. They look at a lot of film together, where they're looking at the team they're playing. The guys, and the other thing is they have a lot of coaches. I mean, they have guys with the detail. Of course, every position's got different, coaches, and they get into the detail of everybody's job. Everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to do, and the way they do it, it's different, but it's been effective. So I can't question the way they do things. But the crazy practices, the things, 3 practices a day, stuff like that, like we used to do. No, none of that.
Gary, let me go here with you and ask you a question about this offseason here. Name me the number one thing in an addition to the football team that made the Eagles better. With all the losses they had, 5 starters that you're going to go into because of Dean potentially not being there. That's 5 starters going into that Cowboy game. Mm-hmm. Okay? Ton of losses. I'm not even talking about Becton. I'm talking about the defense here. You tell me, do you think they've done enough, or do you think they were complacent this offseason here? Because name me a move that made them better, in your opinion, externally, that they brought in to make themselves better with all the losses.
Well, I guess you would have to go to the draft and start talking about the draft.
So unproven players.
Yeah, not proven. Yeah, you're right. But tremendous potential.
Yes.
I think with Jahad Campbell and Andrew Makuba, they expect them to play this year. They expect them to play, come in there and help them. And I will say, that they both look like good players. And Jahad Campbell, the kid is he's a big kid that can run, man. He's a big kid that can run, and he's smart. You got to realize he came from Alabama there. He was playing linebacker at Alabama. He was getting great coaching. I could see him looking at tape of him. His fundamentals are sound. He knows how to drop into coverage, read the quarterback, break on the ball, got good hands, catch the ball. I mean, and he's a big kid that could be coming off the corner, rushing the passer because he's good at that as well. So you got a kid that's got these, these different skills, and they don't know where they're going to need him, see? But they did go out and they got a kid that they know can play at this level. He can shine at this level. Now, how long is it going to take him to do that? we'll have to wait and see. But he's a solid football player. You know,
How
he's a
about
smart
this?
kid.
But
Yeah,
of all the free agents they signed, all of them are on one-year deals, and nobody really got any money. If you look at the front money, I mean,
correct.
Basically, this is like IKEA guys that you went and got to IKEA where you bought one of them cheap-ass desks. So you tell me, I mean, outside of the draft,
Yeah.
do you feel comfortable with anybody they've added?
Well, you know, for me to say that I believe that one is going to come in here and shine now, maybe so. And you know, some of them, you know, like saying the kid really looks good in his shorts. Yeah, I haven't seen these kids do anything, so I'm not going to say they can do anything. At least the college kids, I know I have seen them. A lot of those other guys, they haven't really, you know, like they wouldn't be out there if they had done something, you know, that spectacular. So the big thing the Eagles have is they got, you know, Hunt from last year, Ojomo. They've already showed they can play in this league. Now, can they play as starters? You know, that's what we got to find out. You know, can they come in and they play as starters? But those are the guys I think from last year that we haven't seen have the most promise, because they've already shown they can play in this league and they can excel. But can they do it if they're starting rather than coming off the bench, where they're playing most of the minutes, where people get a chance to look at them and to see what they do? And are they going to be a liability or a plus? Or can they play as well when they're playing full time? Now, you know, a lot of guys as a backup, you know, they look good, and then they're playing full time. Either they wear out or whatever. You know, not everybody transitions to where they really continue to shine. But those are the two guys that are the most promised, Hunt and Ojomo, on that line that we want to see something.
How about this one here? I'm trying to explain to people the difference from going from a pass coordinator or a coordinator to head coach. You know, here's a great example. Vic Fangio going from coordinator to head coach didn't work. Stoutland's not going to be a head coach yet. He's a great coach.
Yeah.
That transition, just like going from the college game for you and me, Gary, from the college to the pros, shit, that's a tough transition for the player, let alone a coach going from being a coordinator to being a play caller or being a head coach. Jalen Hurts meshing with Kevin Patullo. I mean, Kevin Patullo may have designed the plays. He may have drawn up plays and helped Kellen and Nick over the last year. But when you get into situational play calling, that's a whole different environment.
Correct.
When you got to coach the tight end coaches, the wide receiver coaches, deal with Jeff and all that, that's a different responsibility that creates different objectives. I mean, look at Brian Johnson, what he did with Jaden Daniels up in Washington. I don't know if he was a bad coach. That guy was rookie of the year. Yeah. I mean, so you tell me, the meshing of Hurts and Patullo, do you have a concern on that?
I don't. There's going to be some adjustments that's got to be made. The good thing I like it is they have been in this environment together, you know, already, meaning that, you know, the pressure's on, and you know how serious coaches can get when their job is on the line. Are you helping them? Are you hurting them? Are you coming in? You doing your job? Well, they both know each other. See, so that's a plus. Is it going to still be an adjustment because he's in a different position? Yeah, because he's the guy calling the plays, you know. And during the game, you know, there's a seriousness. Everybody gets serious because they know, hey, this is why we get paid. You know, we could be doing stuff during the week, but hey, we got to get things done during this game. And so there's a seriousness there. But I do like the fact that they know each other in this environment already. And I you know, Kevin Patullo has been kind of looking over the shoulder of the play caller. See, so he's been right there. He's seen the way Jalen reacts. What is Jalen like? He's on the earphones. He can hear Jalen say, hey, you know, I like this, whatever. So he kind of knows him some. So I think that's a help. But, you know, the big thing that offense needs to do is they need to be in position to carry this squad a little while, you know. While you got all these new kids coming in on defense, they need the offense to carry him. And I'll tell you, you look at this schedule, I hear this guy with the Rams running his mouth or whatever. He wants to play the Eagles and everything. But the Rams, they played the Eagles the best in those playoffs. The other teams, they blew everybody else out. But those games against the Rams, the
Rams and Bucks.
And they got to play them bang, bang. Those are two teams, they haven't played well against the Bucks. They got to deal with the Rams. So the beginning of the season, they need the offense. I don't think it's reasonable to expect the defense with all these new players where you're thinking they're just going to come out and play at a real high level immediately. But the offense, we got all this talent. They need them to show up quickly and play well in those first few games. They got to play well.
Garry, well then, okay, if they have so much faith and they really love Kevin Patullo and you're very confident, then why in 23 did they give the job to Brian Johnson and not Kevin Patullo?
Good question. Good question. I think, well, of course, he already had that relationship with Jalen. He had an ongoing relationship with Jalen. And that's pretty much as far as I could say it. And, the other point is, when, Brian Johnson didn't do well, they still didn't give him the job. They brought in a guy from outside. So
that's right.
But
that's another ad. That's really, I didn't add that in. You're right. They went like this. If Kevin Patullo is so exceptional and everyone's telling me how great he is,
yeah,
they bypassed him with Brian Johnson, and then they bypassed him again with Kellen Moore.
That's right.
Why is he ready now?
You know what? We're going to find out. But but the thing is, he has been here through everything. He's been here how many years? 4 years.
He's been here the whole time.
He's been here, and he's got to be taken in. He knows what Jalen likes. He's looking over his shoulder all the time. He's hearing the call. So he's seen these other guys, and I think that's a plus. Now, is that going to, in and of itself, get him over the top? No. He's got to do a great job. But he knows these players. He knows the quarterback. For that matter, he knows the head coach too, who's I'm sure got his hand on the offense.
Maybe it's just his time. You know what I mean? You've seen coaches before sit on his roster before, and all of a sudden those guys don't get elevated. And when they elevate the wrong guy, two wrong guys, all of a sudden you put the next guy in there. He's a superstar. That stuff happens all the time. Guys get.
That's right. Now the other thing though is, look, this is a Super Bowl championship team. There's not going to be a lot of patience. You know that.
No, absolutely not.
People are going to be expecting. Wait a minute, this is a Super Bowl team. So if he's looking for patience, this is not the place. He is stepping into the heater because people are expecting this team. You got all this top talent offensively. A team that took it to look at how this offense took it to Kansas City in the biggest game of the season, blew them out, and had blown out Washington too. This offense. People are going to be expecting him to hit the ground, man.
Yeah.
You got Pro Bowl level receivers, the best offensive line in the game, best running back in the game, the best, a multi-talented quarterback, guy who's able to run. And you got all this, they're expecting, 30, 35, 40, 50. They're not expecting no slow start now. So.
No way. Garry, do you think A.J. Dillon helps Barkley?
I saw his size. All I've seen, he moves pretty good. But we got to find out is he ready to play football? He's got to be healthy enough. He got the, something up by your neck, man.
He's got pinchers and he's got.
So, but I tell you what, if they were just doing a thigh, whatever.
Yeah.
These dudes got the biggest thighs between him and Barkley.
Yeah.
These dudes got wheels. Look like he looks like he could squat about 700 pounds.
Right.
But him and Barkley. But the thing is, he just needs to be healthy. But he's a big guy, so he could be a big physical back. You know, you can see that he could be that kind of guy. If he's healthy, they're going to pound when he goes in the game. You can believe that.
Do you concern yourself with the defensive turnover and the regression in experience as being a major problem heading into training camp with the defense? I know they may be talented guys, Garry, but you got 5 turnovers and the regression. I'm not saying regression in talent, but I am saying regression in experience. I mean, the 5 guys you're putting in there have never started.
Well, this is going to be where it's going to really challenge your coaches, you know, because, you know, you want to get a guy to where he's playing like he's been there a while. And you're talking about that many players, you know, you know, that's not usually the way things are done in the NFL. You know, you see 3 guys a turnover, but you're not used to seeing, you know, 4 or 5 guys on one unit. Yeah, off one unit, you know, changed and taken out, especially after they played so well, you know. But this is the thing they got going for them. That doggone Vic Fangio, the dude knows what he's doing. I will give him credit that he knows what he's doing, and he can take pressure off of a single player, meaning that he likes to he doesn't like giving up big plays. So, you know, he can get conservative with his calls. And but he's not where he's going to be leaving guys butt naked out there where, you know, he's sitting in the house and he got the corners all, you know, one-on-one, and he's doing a lot of that. No, most of the time he doesn't do a lot of that. He's very conservative. And what he's going to ask, though, is those guys that are pass rushing up front, you guys got to get to the quarterback. We're not rescuing you with a blitz all the time.
Yeah.
He's expecting them to get to the quarterback. So, you know, that's what we're going to see. So, you know, he's not a big blitzer, though, where he's going to be sending everybody after the.
Hey, Garry, tell me who I'm going to give you an impression here. Who am I? Like that ring with them wings coming out, man.
That's right. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah, I tell you,
I like the ring, but the cheesy wings. I mean, it's like a championship ring you win at the Wing Bowl.
Yeah. Well, you know, they said they delayed things. You know, the wings. Yeah, it delayed things because they did that. But so far, it seems like the guys like it. Now, if they start breaking and stuff, you know what I mean, then we'd have a problem. But so far, the guys say that, you know, they like them. But they did put plenty of diamonds on them suckers.
Got 90 of them, right? Okay, look, the wings. I was like, I could have swore I saw you and maybe you and who else here? Maybe Tony Bruno. Maybe you and Bruno were handing out championship wing bowl wings when you guys were doing that, when those guys were over there at the Spectrum. You guys are handing out. I was like, that's so freaking cheesy looking. I like the wing. I mean, I like the ring, though. The ring.
Yeah.
These are more like, John McMullen said it on our show this morning. They're more like trophies now. They're not really rings, are they?
Yeah, you're right. They're not really. They are like trophies. That's what. Because come on, and everybody's trying to, you know, whatever, put more on there than the last guy. I mean, what they put on 59 rings? I mean, diamonds on there. We're gonna put 100. I mean, they just. I mean, it's just. It's a whole lot of work, man. They go in to put those rings together, but.
Hey man, no, you get this. They put like a saying from Confucius Sirianni on there. You're only as great as the way. It was like really. That's right. Like Confucius Sirianni was on there.
That's a good one though. You're Confucius Sirianni.
Confucius Sirianni. Every time the wings pop out, you're only as good as the greatness around you. Okay, I was like, man, you know what? I mean, like Dante and Confucius and Sirianni, they all go in the same road. All right, how about this? Couple last ones here for you.
Yeah.
So Gardner Johnson's a shit talker. We know that.
Oh, man.
He's also this.
Yeah.
I mean, he brings an energy to your secondary.
He does.
Does Makuba do that? Or does Sidney Brown do that? Or they just miss that?
Well, you know, I'll tell you, if I were to say anything about this is the one guy I would say what you want about the guy. I don't care if the guy's breath stinks. It smells in the locker or whatever. 6 picks, right?
12 12 in 2 years.
Come on, I mean, 6 picks, and you're gonna let the guy walk, And yeah, he can get a little pesty. He runs his mouth, because he be in the locker room. Yeah. I played with guys like that. So what? He talks, But they never said why they got rid of him. They just kind of, But come on, the guy played well for the Eagles. In both of those years, they went to the Super Bowl.
I know.
And then you get rid of the guy. I mean, I don't know what he did. Maybe he whatever. He must have done something real bad.
Who do you think they're going to miss more, him or Slay?
I'd say him.
Yeah.
I'd say him. I mean, the guy, he plays with energy, and he made a lot of plays for them, man. I mean, 6 picks, man. Those turnovers.
Like you said, 12 and 2 times he was here. They won 2 NFC title games in a Super Bowl while he was here. And the 1 year he wasn't here, they were horrible. They were 28th in the secondary.
I mean, I'm going like, when I found out they traded him, what did he do? I mean, they got to tell what he did. What did he do that bad? I mean, now, and he had experience, and he know how to lure quarterbacks into things, and he's a guy that played for him. But he talked a lot, so I understand. You can hear him yakking. He yacked a lot. There's a lot of guys yak a lot. Give me those picks.
2 last questions for you.
Yeah.
Why won't the Eagles repeat? Then I'll ask you, why will they? Why won't the Eagles repeat?
Well, I think that's pretty obvious. If the guys on that defense, if they don't come around, if the young kids, they got to grow up, man. They don't have a long time to grow up. They need young players to grow up, and they need, some of these backups. They got to step up, and they got to do it, and they don't have a long time to do it. They got that last year. You see the way the young kids that play for them, both of them, Mitchell, and Cooper, both of them stepped up and, played great football for them, But are they going to get that out of, these young guys that they're going to need, young players in there, and they got to get the pass rush. The thing Vic relies on is he's not a blitz. You guys up front got to get to the quarterback. That's the way he plays. He's not going to be sending the house, at guys. He's more conservative than that. So that's what we're going to see. Those guys, I'm not really worried about the offense. Defensively, though, you got people that you haven't seen do it that you need to see do it on the NFL level.
Why will they repeat if they do?
Okay, why will they repeat? Is because that doggone Vic Fangio did the same thing he did last year. He and his set of coaches, and I got to give those assistant coaches a lot of.
Hey, by the way, Garry, they will clean house the league if that defense goes back and wins that thing for a second time with that staff with 5 new faces.
Come on,
there won't be a coach left in that building, from Christian Parker to King, Bobby King to Clint Hurt.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I mean, Vic may get another shot at it. I don't know.
Well, he sounded like he didn't want it. He didn't want it. He sounded like he didn't want it. But
hey, Garry, would you turn down $10 million to be a head football coach? I'm not thinking you would.
No, I don't think. So I, we'll see. He probably will get that shot. But if they do it again, that's the thing. Can they do it again? Where you basically got half a season or maybe a quarter of a season to raise a young player to play on the NFL level and play great football on the NFL level. You got 3 or 4 weeks to do it. That's quite a job.
And like you said, a short turnaround because they played the latest with KC. You went all the way to February.
That's right.
Mean, look, February, and you went like this: February, March, April. There's the draft. You didn't have like some teams January or December. Your season's over, and you got 4 months to gather yourselves. They have no. And the last 4 years, they've gone deep. Hey, let me put that in there. 4 years in a row of playoffs, 2 Super Bowl runs in the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shitload of football, isn't it?
That is. You see some of the guys. You can see that they really do a great job of taking care of themselves. Like Lane Johnson. See, Lane Johnson is a pro, man. the guy takes care of, he's serious about his job, and way he works out, the way he rests at a certain time, but he keeps himself in such great shape. And I mean, even some of the old guys go over there and work with him. I mean, some of the younger, he kicks their butt. Or over at his house, he's got him over there working out and lifting and everything. He really is a pro, and he raises a lot of the guys, in a way, because he teaches them how to be professional about their job, how to keep their body in the best of shape, and where you're really doing it all the time. So you take care of yourself. You're always thinking about, being ready to play when you're asked, and you're at your top level and you're as strong as you can get and everything. And that's why the guy's been able to play at such a high level. I mean, throughout his whole career, but he's taught a lot of the young guys, kind of bring them under his wing. He does a great job of that.
Are you looking forward to Rutgers and USC this year?
Oh, boy.
You guys playing Rutgers now, man.
I tell you, man, golly. I tell you, they got to pick it up out there, man. Got to pick it up out there, man. You know,
making you guys look bad, ain't they?
Hey, I'm gonna go out there for a week, so I'm gonna run down there and see what's happening. Say hello to everybody over there,
man. I'll tell you,
hey, man, you guys get it together over there.
I said this to one of the Southern Cal guys, and Ben Lincoln Riley. I go, yeah, man. I mean, kids from LA don't want to stay there now. And they're going down to the Southeastern Conference.
I know.
That never went on, man.
That never happened. No, they never let guys. No, they didn't do that. They would not let guys get out of there, man. The best was they were playing over to putting that Cardinal in goal on, man. They didn't let that happen. That's bad, man. You can't be letting that talent out of there like that, man. What
Absolutely, no way. Rutgers, USC, that's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, It better be over by the first quarter. Better be over by the first quarter.
Hey,
man.
You better have your 5th team in by then. Wait a minute. A game like that, Gary, back in the day, Rutgers versus Southern Cal.
I know.
He would have his pads off after the first 11 minutes of the game.
That's right.
And have, like everyone else going in there, man, that was youngsters, freshmen, and sophomores.
Yeah, we'd be over there on the sideline telling jokes,
Yeah, man, all the guys would be gone. Garry, Cobb, thank you, my friend. We'll see you. By the way, you're going to be out there tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be out there tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be out there tomorrow, see the guys coming in. But then on Wednesday, really, they got their first practice, and we'll get a chance to see who's doing what. Tomorrow, we'll get a chance to see what everybody's look like's coming in, guys in shape, what do you won't see a guy.
Out.
We'll see about that.
Garry, thank you, brother.
All right, buddy.
You
have a good one.
You bet, man. Holy cow. What great content came out of that. So wait a minute here. This is typical Eagle fan. So wait a minute. Let me get this with Kevin Patullo. I gotta get Angelo on for this. After the program, I'm texting Angelo this. If Kevin Patullo is so highly regarded, the last 2 years, they overlooked him and gave the job to Brian Johnson. Well, Sills, Jalen's relationship, and things went so sideways. He was the next guy up. Okay, Brian Johnson, according to them, sucked. Well, Kevin Patullo didn't get the job. They went outside and stepped over him again, and they went out of the organization and went to Kellen Moore. And now he's ready? I mean, you stepped over him twice. What makes you think he's ready now? He's ready now. No. Well, one guy won a Super Bowl, and the other guy was bad in your eyes, even though he helped get the guy the Rookie of the Year award in Washington. I mean, what makes you so confident that he's going to be good now? They liked Kellen Moore. He was fired in Los Angeles. The last 2 jobs Yale had, he was fired. Okay? He was fired. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Another shit take because he can't fucking answer it. They stepped over him twice. Did they? Hey, true or false? Did they step over him twice? Yes or no? Hey, Steve, did they step over him twice? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay. Code for fired. Did they step over him? Yes or no? Twice. Yes or no? Did they step over him twice? Yes or no? I'm just asking questions here. We don't know? Well, wait a minute. I do know. They hired two different people. Yes, he wasn't ready. Finally, somebody can answer it. Oh, did they? Yes, they did. They gave the job to Brian Johnson. Then they went out of the organization and hired Kellen Moore. Yes, they did. Outside the building ideas. Okay, they stepped over him. Who was the better? I don't know. I just want to know what now has changed. What's changed? Did you not see the offense? Yeah, everybody got a raise. Get this. Yes, it was 8th overall, but 16th in passing. Yes, I know. Last year you were 30th in passing. It's his turn. Here he is, this guy here. This is the guy that sits like in the back. And he just kind of like shouts out shit. By the way, I'm not saying he's not going to be a good court. I don't know. I just want to know why they stepped over him. All right. Got to pay some bills here. Great topic for tomorrow. I got to do some more diving into that. And I think I'm going to have to do that with Angelo tomorrow. With Patullo. Why'd they step over him twice? Why now? Why is he ready now? He wasn't good enough. Brian Johnson. And to Xander's point, I agree. Sills, he had a relationship with Jalen. Well, Jalen didn't have a relationship with Kellen. He probably had more of one with Kevin than he did with Kellen Moore. He didn't even know Kellen Moore. He said it. It's his turn. Oh. Okay. It's his turn. Okay. It's his turn. Sirianni got the Super Bowl, so Howie let him get his boy in here. Okay. Objectively speaking,